morning, everyone. Welcome to yoga. We are anxious to be here with you today, in a good way anxious. Lots going on in our lives, and so today our focus of class is going to be on the root chakra. If you tuned in to last week's class, you heard me speak about the chakras a little bit. Many of you already are aware of them. There are basically 7 energy centers through the body that connect to physical parts of our body, but also our emotional health. And the reason I picked the root chakra today, which by the way is located at your very bottom of your tailbone, this whole area here at your base of your spine, is because of all that's going on. And the root chakra has to do with grounding, acceptance, and self-control, self-preservation. So we're going to focus on some things that really correlate to grounding. Another thing you can do besides yoga to work on grounding, if you feel agitated, if you feel disconnected, one of the best things you can do is spend time in nature. And that can be as simple as sitting in a chair in your backyard, going out to the trails, just connecting with the earth. So a couple other things to know about the root chakra. If you are into stones, whether it be jewelry or just stones, there's healing powers and energy connection of stones, and the root chakra is represented by a lot of natural stones, but the 3 that really connect to me, because I have some rings that I wear regularly. I didn't wear any of those today because I have my root chakra bracelet on, but smoky quartz, which I have in my bracelet here, rose quartz, and garnet and rubies are 4 of the natural stones that connect to our root chakra. So you may find some solace in wearing those or having them in your pocket. So we're going to briefly start on the ground today, and then we're going to quickly get up and start to work on sun salutations. So sit any way that's comfortable for you. Jess happens to be sitting cross-legged. I'm going to do the one leg position today, and I'm just going to relax my hands and start to breathe. I'm going to close my eyes because that's what works for me. You do whatever works for you. Take a nice inhale through the nose. Relax the jaw and exhale. Inhale, begin to expand the ribs, the chest, the diaphragm. Exhale, release all the air from those areas. Inhale again. As you sit, feel the sits bones connecting to the earth, grounding just by sitting. Feel your shoulders rise on the inhale. Feel the shoulders sink on the exhale. Take the left ear to the left shoulder and just breathe. Exhale, drop your chin to the chest. Inhale, right ear to right shoulder. Continue the deep breath. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, raise the head to neutral position and take your hands to the right side and gently twist and look over the right shoulder, breathing and holding. On the next exhale, return to center. Take it to the left side, inhale and twist gently, looking past that shoulder. Deepening your breath, allowing the shift to happen. Exhaling back to center. Let's go again to the right. Inhale. Exhale, return. Inhale to the left. Exhale, return. Inhale to the right. And exhale, return. Last time to the left. Inhale. And exhale. So I'm sitting tall, I'm on my sits bones, I might rock on occasion to make sure I'm nice and grounded. And I'm lifting all the way up through my spine to the top of the head and relaxing my shoulders down and back. And we'll just walk our hands forward a little bit. Forward flexion, forward bend. And I'm just exploring today. I don't really have a hardcore position that I'm in. I might even walk to the side a little bit. And I'm really trying to be intuitive to what my body needs. And Jess's movements might look slightly different than mine. We're all individuals. Whenever you're ready, let's put our feet forward. And let's just lean back a little bit. Hold on to the top of your legs. And then exhale, sit tall. Just kind of warming up your core. Lay back. It's like you're laying back in a recliner. And then you're going to sit yourself back up. One more time. Lay back. And forward. And we're going to go ahead and transition up to our feet. We're going to stand to the front of our mat as we're going to start to do our sun salutations. So let's ground ourselves with our feet first, finding our stand like mountain or Tadasana pose. Turn our palms forward, let our shoulders naturally rotate back, hands to heart center. Feel the earth beneath us. And we're going to inhale up. We're going to exhale, take our first swan dive down. Let's start slow. Let's take our hands above our knees for this first one. And look out with a flat back, inhaling as we look out. Let's exhale, look towards our knees. And then we're going to inhale, drop our hands down, bend our knees. If we can't get our hands to the ground without bending our knees, go ahead and bend your knees as much as you need to. Take your right foot back, take your left foot back, and you're in plank or modified plank. Jess is going to drop down on her knees for a minute and show the modified plank. That's an option for everyone. Let's keep our elbows close to our body and slowly lower down. And let's go ahead and rest on the mat all the way. Tops of the feet are flat to the mat. Your hands are right next to your chest. Go ahead and press up. Cobra stretch. Exhale down. Tuck your toes under. You're going to push back. You might start by going into all fours and then into down dog, or you can go back more into an immediate move. Down dog reminders, pressing your heels close to the earth, trying to ground the feet, wrapping our armpits around and under our body towards the midline of our body, framing our ears with our shoulders, pressing our chest towards our thighs. Look towards your hands, raise your head up a little bit, step the right leg through. You're in forward lunge. Balance here, and then bring the left foot up. Bend those knees and ground into the earth as you rise up. Salute the sun, arching back slightly, and hands to heart center. Inhale up. Swan dive down. This time you can go beyond your knees if you want. You can go down to your shins. You're going to raise your head and look forward with a flat back on the inhale. Exhale, fold, and look towards your knees. Your knees can be bent. Hands on either side of your feet. Bend your knees more if you need to get closer to the earth. Left leg goes back. You're in lunge. Right leg joins it. You're in plank or modified on your knees. Feet up. Slowly lower down like you're doing a very slow push-up. If you watched Lucy's class from yesterday, and remember you can go back to it at any time, she did some slow push-ups, which were killer. Bring it back down. And then you're going to press back to your down dog. And this time, let's walk those feet. One heel up, one heel down. Like you're kneading bread with your heels. Inhaling and exhaling as you switch sides. Inhale up, both heels off the mat. Bring it up on your tippy toes. Exhale, ground those heels into the earth. Feel stable. Wrap those armpits under and around towards the midline of your body. Looking between your hands, this time the left leg steps up, the right leg joins it. Squat down a little bit or ground down and then rise up. Salute the sun, looking up towards the heavens, arching back, hands to heart center. Remember, you can do your sun salutations as slow or as quickly as you would like. On here is just a guide. Inhale up, exhale, dive down. Place your hands now on your shins, flat back, look forward. Exhale, drop your head towards your knees. Hands on either side of the feet, right leg goes back. Feel that lunge. Left leg joins it. You can be in modified plank on your knees or full plank, slowly lower down. Rise up, flat feet on the mat. Rise up into cobra. Sink down. Inhale, drive back, maybe to all fours, then to down dog. Ears are surrounded by your shoulders. Press your chest towards your thigh bones. Feel that work. Feel that work. Looking through your hands, let's bring the right foot forward. You're back to lunge. Let's stay here for a little bit. Feel the front foot. In fact, if you can lift your toes off the mat and set them back down, feel that front foot. I want you to have your knee over your ankle. You can see Jess is in great alignment. And I also want you to focus on pressing that back heel, the long leg, back so that you're stretching in opposition. Front knee to back heel, feeling a great stretch. And it's your long leg, top of the thigh, you'll be feeling some work. The grounding is happening in your front leg, giving you stability and balance. Breathe into it. An option would be to drop the back knee down. Might make it a little easier for you in between. Lift that knee up now if you've got it down. Okay? And you're going to bring that left foot up to join the right. Bend those knees. Ground into the earth and then rise back up. Salute the sun. Hands to heart center. Inhale up. Exhale, dive down. Remember, you don't have to go all the way to your ankles. You can stop above your knees. This is a modification. Take your hands down on your legs and breathe into a flat back as you breathe forward. Inhale. Feel that stretching in the back of the legs. Exhale. Let your head dangle. Feel the legs. They're strong and stable. They're grounding you. Looking towards your knees. Your hands are on either side. And this time the left leg steps back. The right leg joins it. Plank or modified plank on your knees. Slowly lower down. And let's rest on the mat. The feet are flat. Tops of the feet are flat on the mat. Your elbows are close to your body. Your elbows are pointing up. Rest your chin on the mat. And then slowly bring the chest up off the mat. And if you feel like you want to lift up higher now, you can. If that doesn't feel right for you, you might be in some slightly less position than what I was just at. Tuck your toes under. Remember, you can go to all fours. Then you can tuck your toes under and go to down dog. Let's all go there now. Press your chest towards your thigh bones. Really push your hips back. Your tailbone, your base of your root chakra right now is pointing up to where the ceiling and the wall would meet. And you're pushing back. And again, you're feeling the strength in your legs. Looking through your hands now, the left leg is going to come up and we're going to hold that lunge. Your hands can be on either side of your feet. And your heel is pressing back, that heel of the long leg. Remember, Jess is going to drop her knee, so she'll show you an alternative. That's an option. We're breathing into this. I didn't talk much about breath from a yoga standpoint, but if you want to breathe in and out through your nose and that's comfortable for you, that's a more traditional yoga breath. But for me, it's most important that you keep yoga moves coordinated with breath. So as long as you're breathing with each movement, you're doing a great job. Let's bring that right leg up to join the left. I'm going to bend my knees. I'm going to take some time and I'm going to push my heels in As I rise the rest of the body up, I slightly arch back and I bring my hands back to the heart center, which represents the heart chakra, which we talked about last week. Let's do one more of those series, but we're going to add on this time. My favorite, if you don't know me by now, you know that I love me some split leg down dog. So that's the one where you reach your leg back behind you. It's great to open your hips. So we've done it before. Do what feels right for you. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive down, hinging from your hips. Take your hands on your shins or wherever feels best for you and make a flat back as you look forward and inhale. Exhale, bending your knees, looking towards your knees. You're going to drop down. You're going to bend your knees, hands on either side of your feet. The right leg comes back. The left leg joins it. You're in plank or modified plank on your knees. From here, we're going to slowly lower down. We're going to place our feet flat on the mat and go into cobra. Tucking our toes under, we're going to push into all fours and then down dog or right into down dog. And we're going to adjust ourselves so we're in a great down dog position. My heels are as close to the earth as I can. My hips are squared up to the mat, as are my shoulders. And I bring my left leg up to split my legs, split leg down dog. Now I'm going to start by keeping my hips squared to the short side of the mat. Just reach it up. It's not important how high you lift your leg. It is important that you're reaching into space, reaching the big toe back away from you. Now to open the hip, you're going to allow your knee to bend, and your knee should be slightly higher than your foot. And this rotates you slightly, and your hips are starting to open. I'm still keeping my shoulders fairly squared up to the mat, but I can turn my head slightly wherever it works to be most comfortable for me. On my next inhale, I'm going to extend that leg back up. Those of you that are more flexible and you want to challenge yourself, reach your big toe towards the ceiling, tickle the clouds, reach it up, a couple of pulses, and then bring it on down. Back to your down dog, and then let's take a little break and let's go to all fours. And then let's take another little active stretch and sink back into our first child's pose. Feel the expansion of your rib cage as you rest here in an active rest position. You're breathing, expanding the rib cage. Exhaling, letting it slide back together, sinking into the earth. Back to all fours. By the way, child's pose is an excellent grounding move because you're very close to the earth and you're just sinking in as you breathe. Let's go back to our down dog. Back to our down dog. Look between our hands. Let's bring the right leg through. The left leg joins it. Sink into the earth, rise back up, salute the sun, exhale, hands to heart center. Very nice. I'm going to finish on the opposite side and get that other split leg down dog. Inhale up. Exhale, really reach out to the perimeters of your room as you swan dive down and dig deeper. Hands to the shins and flatten your back. Look forward. Feel that great stretch in the back side of your body. Exhale. Look towards your knees. Slightly bend those knees or bend them a little bit more if you like. Hands on either side. This time the left leg goes back. The right leg joins it in plank or modified. Lower down. Tops of your feet are flat. Up to cobra. Tuck your toes under. Push back into your down dog. Give yourself a moment to find your best position, pressing your chest towards your thighs, ears between your shoulders, hips squared up to the short side of the mat, and the right leg comes up and back. And we're going to keep the toes facing down. You're squared up to the mat to start. Reach that leg long. Not important how high. Even if I lower my leg, I'm still reaching back. If I can raise it up a little bit more, go ahead. And then I'm going to rotate the hip. I'm going to take the knee and bend it. I'm going to let my knee be a little higher than my foot. My foot is back by my glute. Feeling the opening in the side of my body. I can turn my head slightly. Breathe into it. On the next inhale, go ahead and stretch that leg back straight. Toes facing the mat, hips squared to the mat, shoulders facing the mat. Reach that leg long. Can you tickle the cloud? Maybe point the toe, tickle the cloud a little bit. And then bring that leg down. Look between your hands. Left leg comes through. Back to your lunge. Right leg joins it. Bend. And then rise up, arch back slightly, hands to heart center. Very nice. Stand like mountain, palms out. You should be good and warm by now. I'm ready to delayer.
Warm.
All right. I think the sun's supposed to be out today. It's supposed to be 80. Whoa.
Today and tomorrow.
Whoa. I like it. Okay. So standing like mountain. Let's just review that a little bit. Give ourselves the opportunity to kind of realign our spine in the standing position. If you did nothing else and just separate your feet where it feels natural, like your feet are right under your hips, and let your arms dangle and bring your chin level with the horizon and look forward. Breathe into it. For better alignment, you can turn your palms forward, which pulls your shoulder blades back slightly. And then if you will, wiggle your toes off the mat and then separate them and set them back down. I want you to feel the edges of your feet. I don't want you just to feel the heels and the toes. Think about the outside edges of your feet. If you've ever been to a foot doctor who's maybe looked at your alignment, or maybe you've had to get orthotics, they'll have you walk. You always want to see that outside edge of your foot. If all you see is the inner edge by your arch, you're pronating. So we want to make sure that we're using all the ability of our feet to help us ground. Let's take our hands out to the side and just look through your peripheral vision and see how far you can reach those fingertips up. I can barely see my thumbs. Jess is wiggling her fingers. And I'm just reaching and opening up there. I'm going to take my hands behind my back, grab one wrist, and we're going to slightly bend our knees as we move forward, hinging from our hips. And we're going to take a forward bend and feel the stretch through our shoulders as we ground through our legs. We're rooted into the earth, but allowing our upper body to feel a great stretch. Slowly release it. Bring your chest up. Lead with your chest as you roll back up. And you're going to stand tall. You're going to release your hands and your palms forward. Nice opposition there. Very nice. Let's take the legs out wide. I happen to be on the short side of my mat. Jess is going to turn on her long side of her mat so you can kind of see what she's doing. And we're thinking about a wide stance, like a sumo position, if you're familiar with sumo squat. So we're going to take it out as wide as we comfortably can. Our knees are tracking in the same direction as our toes. And all we're going to do is slide down, hands on top of our knees, but we're kind of in a modified squat. We're sitting back, our weight is over our heels, our chest is opening up, good. And we're going to slowly squeeze the inner thighs as we come up tall. Again, working on balance, working on grounding. If you wanted to, you could have a chair right in front of you and hold on to the back of the chair. We're just going slowly down. We're squeezing on the way up. Very nice. And back down. Squeeze and back up. So you've all done chair poses before. This is just a slightly different version of a chair pose. We're going to go down and we're going to hold it. Now you can take your hands back out to the side. You could bring it forward, retract your shoulders, or you could even rest your hands on your inner thighs. If you don't want to come down as low as we are, you could be here. But our knees are open. Our heels are in line with our toes. We're at a diagonal. Breathe and hold. So how do you breathe and hold? We keep our breath moving, but we hold the position. Let's rise up. Lift the crown of our head up, up, up. And oh yeah, let's shake those legs out. Very nice. And now we'll do traditional chair pose, where our feet are parallel. Sorry. So you're good. Jess is showing off because she remembered her water bottle today, and I did not. All right, feet a little bit wide apart. At any time that you need a water break, please go and get water, or hopefully you have something handy. So our feet are a little bit wider apart than maybe mountain pose, but comfortable. And we're just gonna sink our hips back and bring our arms forward and counterbalance. You're gonna pull your shoulder blades back and down. Some people like their arms up. I do mine more moderate. So I'm gonna breathe into this. I'm just gonna hold for 3 breath cycles. And then I'm going to rise up, thinking about the crown of the head coming towards the ceiling. Very nice. Shake it out again. We'll do another one of those. Now, if you choose to hold your chair pose longer than myself or Jessica, that's great. By the same token, if you like to take it a little shorter, you can do that. Lots of modifications. Hello, music. That got a little intense. All right, let's sit back. Think about really keeping the weight over your heels, and then another grounding move, balance move, strength move, strengthening our limbs, breathing. Bring it up, reach the crown of the head tall. I'm going to turn the music down just a bit. Got my trusty, nope, I don't. Okay, I'm not turning the music down. I thought I had my phone right, oh there it is. Sorry. There we go. I have my car keys. I have everything. I'm telling you, whoever invented the first pair of tights with pockets is a genius. Look, I have my car keys. Turns out we don't need those for yoga, but I got them. All right, let's do one more chair pose. When you're ready, we're going to breathe through it. We're going to sit back towards our heels. We're going to feel strong and stable and rooted, grounded. Here we go. When you're ready, rise up on an inhale. Very nice. Shake those legs out. I talked earlier about other ways to ground if you don't want to do yoga, going out in nature. One of my good friends taught me. She was a body practitioner. She was a physical therapist. She was a massage therapist and a polarist, which is another methodology of studying the energy centers. And grounding for her was very important in her work because she took on a lot of emotions and stresses that her clients passed along to her. So literally she would go out in nature. In fact, when she came to visit me, she would go out and literally put her hands on a tree trunk to ground, or literally place her hands on the earth and just sort of breathe and meditate for a little bit. So there's all kinds of ways that you can ground. Let's go into warrior. Right leg forward, left leg kicked out. Our knees are oriented towards the short side of the mat. And we've all done this before, so let's inhale, bend the front knee. Exhale, rise up, arms out to the side. Feel free to adjust your stance as little or as much as you need to, keeping the shoulders and the hips squared up. Inhale up. Reach up, drop those shoulders now. Exhale. Stand tall, press your arms out. Inhale up, let's sink down. Exhale. So you're straightening the front knee and bending the front knee, and it's an up and down movement. Inhale, hold it here. Breathe. Release the shoulder tension. Drop those shoulders. Turning towards the long side of your mat to warrior two. Look up towards the middle finger of your right hand. Inhale up, rise up. Exhale, sink down. Look and stretch and reach to the outside edges of your feet. Opening your inner thighs. Inhale up. Exhale, reach. Inhale up. Exhale, reach. Inhale up. And exhale, reach and hold. 3 breath cycles here at your own pace. On the next inhale, straighten the front leg and lay back. Back arm drops down the back leg. Front leg is relatively straight. Look up towards the top hand. We're going to go right into triangle. Bend the front elbow, bend the front knee. Rest that elbow on the right thigh. Left arm comes up. Yeah, if you can bring your left leg up now, good for you. I haven't mastered that one yet. Breathe into it. Remember, if you want to go further into this pose, you could slide your hand down your leg to your ankle to the floor. Breathe into it. 3 breath cycles here. Safe way to come up if you're already further down. Bring your elbow to your knee first, then rise that top arm, grab a cloud, throw that cloud away, and back to warrior 2. Let's do that again. We're going to inhale, lay back, front leg is straight, right arm is up. Breathe into it. Bending the front arm, the right arm, you're going to bring it down, you're going to bend the right knee, you're going to rest that elbow, you're going to bring that left arm up. Breathe and reach. Now come up a little taller. Reach your fingertips towards the sky. Maybe lengthen that arm up and then retract the shoulder. So I can lengthen my arm up without taking my shoulder with me. I've got to be conscious about it. Bring yourself back up. Back to warrior 2. Let's do it one more time. Inhale, lay back. Exhale, forward. Breathe into it. 3 cycles of breath on your own. Make sure your shoulders are stacked, one over the other. If you're rotated forward, try and bring your top shoulder back. We're going to do something a little different now, Jess. We're going to bring that left hand down to meet the right hand, so both hands are on the inside of our foot, and we're back to a lunge. Press that front knee forward, back heel back, and let's breathe into this. Remember, you can always set that back leg down, the back knee down, take your hand on the opposite side of your foot. Rise up, so now you're in a V position with your legs, good. So straighten that front leg. So you're no longer in a lunge, your front leg is straight. Your legs are in the scissor. Bend that knee slightly, step that left leg forward, rise back up. Hands to heart center. Warrior on the left side. Left foot forward, right foot kicked out about 45 degrees. Hips, shoulders squared up, arms up. And we're going to bend that front knee. We're going to sink into this pose. Sink into it. Breathe into it. Feel the glutes activate. Now bring your shoulders down and back. Beautiful, Jess. I saw you drop them. We're holding space between our ears now. We're just statically holding on this side. And then we're going to take our hands behind our back. Do something a little different on this side. We're going to lean out over that thigh. Come forward. Bring those arms up behind us. We can rest our chest on our thigh and give us a little bit more of a stretch in the spine and in the shoulders. This is balance work. I'm balancing my upper body on my front leg, grounding and working. Rise that chest back up, lower those hands. Let's turn it to warrior 2, towards the long side of our mat. Looking out towards the middle finger now. Bend that front knee, sink into it. Deepness in the legs. Reaching the fingertips end to end. And let's add movement. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Look up this time. Exhale, look towards the middle finger. Inhale, look up. Exhale, out. Inhale, look up. Exhale, out. 2 more. Inhale, up. Exhale, out. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend the knee, look out. Hold it here, 3 breath cycles. Drop that back arm back down the back leg. Front arm comes up, straighten that front leg more or less. There'll be a slight bend in the knee. Feel the opening right through your torso here. Nice stretch. Exhale, look forward, bend the front knee, back to warrior 2. Inhale, lay back. And on the next one, we bend the elbow. We bring it down to the left thigh. The right arm comes up. And we're going to breathe and hold it here for 3. Feel free to explore that position or that asana. You can go to your ankle, to your shin, to the floor. You can stay on your knee as Jess is. And Jess has got her heart open. She's got her right shoulder stacked well over her left. Breathing into it. And we're going to rise up, grab that cloud, rise up, and back to warrior 2. Let's try that again. Inhale, lay back, straighten the front leg. Reach up, feel that stretch. Exhale, bend the front elbow. And going back onto the left thigh, at least to start. And looking up towards the top hand. If that doesn't feel comfortable in our neck, we can turn our head slightly. And reaching up, standing tall, back to warrior 2. Last time, reach out. Bend that elbow, come forward, breathe into it. On the inhale, we're going to do a little different. We're going to rotate that right hand down. We're going to join both hands on the inside of the left foot. Feel that lunge. Breathe into it. Reach that back heel long. Strength there. Then take the left hand on the opposite side of the foot. You're going to step that back leg forward. If you can't get it up on the first try, that's okay. Take a couple of mini steps. Rise up. Hands up overhead, hands to heart center. And right back to Tadasana and realign yourself in the standing position. And breathe. And just to balance it out, we're going to do that stretch on the right leg that we didn't do earlier. So, right foot is forward into warrior 1. All we're going to do is hinge from the hips. We're going to take our hands behind our back, just to show you well. Then that front knee, we're going to lean that chest out over it. And then we're going to start to bring the arms up behind us. And we're balancing our upper body weight. I'm literally laying my chest down on my thighs. And if you don't need to go all the way, that's okay. You can hover above your thigh. But for me, I feel this stretch really deep when I lay my chest all the way to my thigh. I'm looking out past my toes. I'm bringing my arms up. I feel a great opener at where the insertion of the hamstring muscles at the lower portion of your glutes are. So I'm really opening there. I'm grounding. I've got to work a little bit on balance. Bring my chest up. Lower my arms, back up, and step forward. Hello.
Woo.
How you feeling?
Good.
Good? All right. Strong legs, strong body. We're going to go back down on the mat. We're going to do some ab work, and then we'll transition into relaxation. This will probably be about a 50-ish minute class, maybe 52 minutes today, not quite an hour. So I hope you stick with us for the best part, which is relaxation, in my opinion. All right, let's go ahead and take it down slowly. And we'll place our feet forward on the mat. Feel free to get some water if you need to. And you're just going to let yourself rest again on the mat. You might want to rock yourself side to side. Again, feel the sits bones under you. And just, again, think about what you need for this last 10, 12 minutes or so of class. Are you getting what you need? Do you need to shift your focus a little bit? Breathe and let go. When you're ready, we're actually going to do a boat pose today. So There's some modifications for boat pose. The easiest modification would be to keep your heels down. The basic boat pose usually starts here with your hands out, but you can do the same thing by leaning back, keeping your heels down, and maybe occasionally bringing them a couple inches off. You can next go to the 90-degree bend in your legs or tabletop position. Take your arms out, and then certainly if you want to, you can bring your legs up to a V position to make it a little bit more challenging. So your only goal today is to get what you need. We're going to give you some time to practice. I talk about this a lot. Yoga is a practice. Some days we're going to feel strong in our core. Some days it's going to be more challenging. Some days it'll just be challenged to even get up and start moving. So it's a practice. So with that, 3 to 5 breath cycles at any position you like. I've given you some options. When you're ready, lean back, strong core, breathe into it. You can go in and out of poses if you want, or you can hold steady in one. And relax in between. We'll do a few cycles of that. You may want to rock in between, anything that your body needs.
I have to keep, am I pulling my belly button in, right?
You are pulling your abs in.
I have to keep reminding myself that. So
I catch myself not doing that so well either. Yeah, so first thing what you might want to do is get your spine. That's a great reminder, Jess. So you might want to just get your spine in the correct alignment. So if you lean back first and then engage, she's pulling her belly button in. I'm pulling my navel into my spine. Right there, if I did nothing else, I'm still activating my core and working, right?
Yeah.
So adding the legs is just another level. You may or may not need the legs. Breathe. And anytime you feel like you're losing your pose, you're losing your alignment, for Jess, she was saying, oh, I start to feel it in my back. You know, that's time for you to come out of the pose. There's no rules in yoga. You have to honor yourself. And we all have different things going on in our body. So with that, let's try one more. Whatever you want to do. I may just do a incline, where I'm just going to engage my core. I'm not even bringing my heels off the mat, but I have my core engaged. I'm working my abdominals. I'm also working my arms because I happen to be holding onto my legs, so engaging there, or I can take it forward. I've got a little separation between my chin and my chest. And when I'm ready, I'm going to restack the vertebrae and come back up tall. Very nice. Shake your legs out to the side a little bit. And we'll do a few stretches before we go into relaxation. So as we sit tall on our mat, one leg is forward. We're going to cross one leg over, the right over left for me. I'm going to take my left arm around and I'm going to pull it in towards my opposite shoulder. I take that other hand behind me and I'm going to twist and look over my shoulder. But I'm really focusing on my hip, feeling the stretch. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to pick up that leg. You're going to grab the arch of the foot. You're going to take that same arm as same leg, and I'm going to wrap it around my leg. And it's like cradling a baby, and you're going to rock that leg in and out. And it's it's a great hip opener and stretch. And so you just kind of play around with it. If you can bring your foot in more, but you're literally cradling the baby, rocking the baby, and just letting that hip open, or you might just take the rocking out of it and just kind of pull in a little bit. Just be intuitive with your body. Yoga is a mind-body workout, and you've got to listen to your own body. Release it. Shake that leg out, rumble it a little bit. Cross over the other leg. Opposite arm wraps around that knee. I'm pulling that knee in towards my shoulder. Take my hand behind me. I'm going to twist gently and breathe. On the exhale, turn back to center. You're going to pick up that leg a little bit. Right hand under the left foot, right under the arch of the foot. Take that other arm and I kind of wrap it around the long side of the leg, and then I'm just going to pull in and feel what I need today, and then I can rock or stretch to go one step further, take an overhand grip, take the ankle, take that leg out to the side and stretch it that way. You could even grab onto your toes, take that leg out to the side. Whatever feels right. Release it. Let's get the other side. Let's bend that leg again. Overhand grip on the ankle at least. Bring that leg out. Don't have to lift it real high. Maybe you grab right under your knee. Not directly under the knee, more under the upper calf. Hold it out. Do whatever works for you and get some more lengthening in that leg. Find a spot that's tight like I did right here. I'm going to hold it a little bit and breathe. And then I'm going to release. We're going to go into Shavasana. I remind you that if laying down on your back doesn't feel comfortable, you could sit in a chair, nice chair with a back. You could go even into child's pose on your belly, especially today since we're focusing on grounding. So with that, we're going to lay back into Shavasana or get ourselves into a comfortable position. Remember, I'm going to spread my heels a good 2 feet apart. I'll let my toes rotate out, and that opens my hips. I'm going to carefully lay back. I'm going to turn my palms up towards the sky. Hands are about 45 degrees out. And another alternative would be to bend my knees on the mat to take a little pressure off the low back. And Jess is going to relax as I continue to talk you through the relaxation portion. Close your eyes and bring your focus onto your breath. Easy breathing. Maybe slowing down the breath a little bit. Inhaling for a count of 4. Exhaling for a count of 5. Inhaling for a count of 3. Exhaling for a count of 5. Inhaling for a count of 2. Exhaling 5. Just inhale and exhale. As you breathe, your focus is to let go, rest, and relax. Feel how you're grounded to the earth by the contact points of your body, perhaps the back of your heels, the back of your legs, the back of your hands, the back of your head, your shoulders. Feel that connectedness to earth. Feel how strong and stable you are. Know that this physical connection to the earth is a representation of the strength that you have within you. The strength to endure, the strength to accept the things that you cannot control, the strength to keep going. Continue to breathe in, nice and slow. Exhale slow. Try and work on that 5 count exhalation. Inhale strongly and slow your exhale down to a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Exhale. 5, 4, 2, 1. Inhale. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in this groundedness. Breathe in acceptance. As you hear the sound of the chime, possibly feel the vibration, open your eyes, begin to waken yourself back to the present moment. Move in any way that feels right for you. And then roll onto one side or come back up. Eventually we're going to come back up anyway. Sit comfortably when you rise back up, but take your time. We're going to close class with a few cleansing breaths, then we're going to remind you about classes that are coming up this week and our curbside egg hunt. Hands to heart center. Inhale up. Acceptance. Exhale. Letting go. Inhale up, the ability to accept. Exhale out, the ability to not be able to control this situation, but to only control what you do in the situation. Inhale up, exhale, let it all go. Namaste. Stay grounded, stay healthy, stay safe. Tomorrow is Wednesday and Allison will be here with Zumba. On Thursday, Jessica will be back with a kids' fun fitness workout and a special guest. And Jess wants to encourage parents and grandparents?
Yeah, parents, grandparents, any adults, you can do it too. It'll be fun. It's going to be interactive with the kids, so it's for everybody.
And then on Saturday, we have our curbside egg hunt at Reardon Hall, well, in the parking lot, by the pool. You'll see our signs. And we're asking people to separate out. We will have a bag of eggs and toys for every child. People with the last names A through F show up between 10 and 10:30. 10:30, letters G through L last name, and 11 o'clock M through Z. We plan to see you curbside Saturday, and
that's posted. If I didn't get my last name or didn't hear it, that's posted, right?
yeah, if you go to any of the rec e-letters that have been released, and we'll release one more this week, you'll see it out on the e-letters that we put out.
All right.
Thanks, guys. Be safe.